shop from yourself exclusively through yourself and try and buy every single thing so that you've exhausted every avenue before you run to the store and buy that thing, right?
And the only one that can exclude you from making a six-figure residual income is you.
100% correct. And that's why we wanted to get together today and have another roundtable discussion. I'm gonna let everyone talk for a minute about what they're passionate about, because Charlie's in financials and you guys, with your things you do with your children, your team. But then we're gonna open it up for questions. So some of you may have some questions or concerns or challenges that you've had in hitting the Shopingnity bonus pool. But like I said before, when some of you weren't here, we were interviewing people earlier. And it's just challenges. A lot of it is just not understanding. It's not understanding how to do it. Because anyone who tries can hit it. And the Shopingnity bonus pool, just so you understand it, that's just a tool to teach you how to build a shopping annuity. Because the shopping annuity is just you transferring all your spending over. And I know, Bishop, you've become fantastic at it with your team, just teaching them, look, you can, if even the holes, even like Subway or Smashburger, you buy a gift card and you fill that gap so you don't leak money. Because every time you go to the store and buy something, you're bleeding cash and you're wasting your money and you didn't invest it, you just flushed it down the toilet. We want to invest all of our money into our future, right?
And I'm going to tell you, coming down here, Carl, we stopped, we drove down from New York, got into Virginia, had breakfast, left at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. We went to Cracker Barrel. I pulled out my Cracker Barrel card that I got through my shop.com going to raise.com. Pulled out my Cracker Barrel card and told all of my group, all 12 of us, we have just paid our group. We do everything through our centers. And it's so powerful because one thing we've learned is to become product of the product. And when you shared what Joanne, she shared about, and when you shared about Benedict Arnold,
I'm going to do it on stage Saturday.
Okay, then y'all need to make sure on Saturday you hear and discover who you are and if you are product of the product.
You are 100% correct.
And it is all about committing and getting everybody in the household to commit. I think sometimes you look at your assessment and you're not sure, is this enough? But it's not about you, right? It's about how many people in your group doing the assessment. So if you have somebody in your group that spends $100,000 a year and someone that spends $10,000 a year, who cares? We get paid on group business volume. Your job is to teach people the concept, because if everybody's all in, then everybody's group business volume will go up. Do you guys get that? It's very powerful. Stop thinking about what you can only personally produce. It starts with you, but it's not about you. And I think that's really, really important. My kids, everybody in my house is on board with that.
See, Sarah, she's exactly right. She hit on something that's very important that some people aren't understanding. They say, I don't spend that much money. Well, I don't personally probably either, but when I get my kids in, we spend if you have kids, back to school supplies alone are $100 to $150 for these kids these days. Aren't they? I know, Elizabeth, we're all in the same boat. The list, we used to go back with a pencil and a notebook. Now it's $150 worth of toilet paper, tissues, baggies.
Yeah. People don't realize how much they spend until they really focus on it and change their habits to just really shop through themselves. It's all a mindset. And once you are committed and focused on doing that, it's like a game. It's like you don't want to shop anywhere else. You want to shop for yourself and get paid. And not only is it helping you, but it's also helping your team. So it's a powerful, you got to create that mindset and change your habit. We're all conditioned to do things a certain way, but we don't have to be anymore. You know, life is changing, the world is changing, and with the digital revolution, we can all get a piece of the profit, and it's about time we do.
Hey, Elizabeth, you bring up something great. I get a lot of people that tell me, I like to go out and see what I'm buying. You guys run into that?
Yep.
So I'm out looking for a new laptop last week. The guy goes, hey, we can buy it right now. I pull my phone out and hop on to shop.com to Best Buy, and he goes, well, we can go to the front to do this. I said, no, I can do it right from here.
Wow.
And matter of fact, I'm looking at it on my site. It's $100 cheaper than you're selling it to me for. He goes, now tell me how you're buying this. He goes, well, it's on my site and I get paid to do it. He goes, you get paid to buy from our store. I said, sure I do. He goes, how do I get information on it? He easy.
Exactly right. And you know, Charlie, since you're speaking, then I'll have you, Pam. Charlie's a financial expert as far as I'm concerned. And when we did the Andrew Weissman show that time when we were in Connecticut, you talked a little bit, and they hit on it briefly on stage today, about what it takes to retire. And you had a great little segment. I'd like you to share with them what you talked about. If you wanted to live on, let's say, just $5,000 a month.
So $5,000. If you want $5,000 a month in retirement income, at a 2% rate of return, you have to have an asset, you have to have cash saved of $3 million. $3 million at 2% produces you $5,000 a month. Anybody out in the crowd 25 years old? So if you start today and you get a 2% rate of return, you have to save $4,100 a month every month for 40 years. And
How you doing?
you don't. And see, Carl,
That's why he's here.
Carl, the difference is when I used to do retirement planning, if I could get someone to save $100 to $300 a month, that was good. And you had to change your lifestyle. You know what? I want you to change your lifestyle to build a shopping annuity, but I want you to increase it. I want you to buy more things from you.
And you know, Charlie, it's interesting that you say that. This is important when you're speaking to people. You're all here to learn how to build this business. That's why we're here today. When you're speaking to people, Charlie, I use this. And when I talk about the 45-year plan, I stick the knife in and I twist it. Not to be mean, but because these people need a wake-up call. Because he probably didn't know that he should be saving that kind of money. There's no way he can save. The average person cannot do this. The average person does not have $17,000 to $20,000 a year to invest. They can barely make ends meet where it is. They don't. How much money do you have left over at the end of the year? No. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? Because at Christmas time, how much do you spend? All of it. And more, right?
You know when you get to age 65 and you still have none, it hurts more?
Yeah, well, I noticed, yes.
Tell me about that.
Are we there yet?
So when you speak to people, though, let them know some of these facts. We didn't make this stuff up. It's easily accessible, but be able to share with them, how are you doing financially? Are you where you are? Are you where you want to be or need to be right now financially? The average person will tell you they're not. And that's what we're going to talk about.
Well, you know, we're the newest ones to add on to this ambassador thing, so we're kind of excited about this.
And we are glad to have you.
Well, thank you. But you know, Tony and I, in the first quarter, we kind of did it just because that's what JR wanted us to do. And then we realized that it wasn't as big a jump as what we thought it was. And we get the resistance that people think this is difficult to do. But it's really just training yourself and doing the daily discipline that you would just to build the business. So you have to kind of change everything that you're doing and say, I need to go to my shop.com site every day to find something. We have lists. People do lists now. We don't go to stores anymore. We go to lists and we check our list to make sure that we're going shopping through our shop.com site. Right?
Almost like you got to retrain your brain.
That's what it
And
is.
you know, I had somebody looking at the business the other day, and she's going, "Well, I don't want to spend money. I don't want to spend a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money to spend." I said, "This is spent money. I am not asking you to spend any more money than you already got to spend. Let's go through the list." So it's very important that you sit down with them and take the time to do the assessment and go through all the products. 'Cause when they visually see that, they're like, "Wow, you're right."
Hey, Elizabeth, I have my car in for inspection. Dealership calls me up and says, you need a new tire to pass inspection. $266. Now I'm sitting in front of my computer, so I go, what tire do I need? And I'm typing in easy.
Oh yeah, I talked about that today, TireRack.com.
Yeah, well, Sears actually came up, $160. And I told the guy right as I had him on the phone, I said, I have one here at my house, can I drop it off? I drive past Sears to the dealership, I picked it up and dropped it off. I'd rather have the $100 in my pocket.
You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it, you gotta research, get good at it, and experience it, because it's all about experiential learning.
You do, but she brought up a great point. Elizabeth brought up a great point. She'll have some of her own franchise owners, and I'm going to bring this up because I know some of you have come across it. She talks to her own franchise owners, they're UFOs, they've invested in a business where they're supposed to switch to convert their spending over to earning, and yet they don't do it. Their excuse is, I'm not you, Elizabeth, I don't have the discretionary income you do. It's easy for you to go online and buy whatever you want. You have money. Pam, you're rich. You can buy whatever you want. I don't have that. I don't have the ability. I'm on a fixed income. I only have so much discretionary income. Has anyone heard this? Okay, so we're all on the same page. Let me tell you what. Bishop Jordan, have you heard this from your partners?
Oh, hear it from my members of my church.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you, I hear it too. And I'm going to tell you right now that that is just an excuse. Because here's the reality, and that's what I tell them. I say, if you're serious about getting out of the financial situation you're in, which is not where you want to be if you don't have any money, right? All it takes is a little bit of discipline for about 4 to 6 weeks to get yourself a little bit of a buffer so that you can get ahead just a tiny bit to buy a large pack of paper towels or a large pack of toilet paper, just a little buffer, and then to stay focused on that goal of converting everything over. I would challenge anyone to tell me that they can't do it. Now, it may be a challenge, but it'll take a little discipline, but isn't it true that they can do it?
They can do it. Listen, last year this time I was not in the business. I was in the arena like some of you sitting here looking at this for the first time. They didn't let me join until it was over. In 6 months I hit professional. Now what we did, we got the congregation. We're going from congregation to aggregation. We don't just congregate people, we congregate your dollars. And as Elizabeth said, it is spent money. Then let's spend it together through one portal and pay yourself as a group. This is so powerful. The only people that are not doing it are those that just have the DNA. Everybody say DNA. DNA. They're just not aware.
You have to realize that we have, for the first time ever, a chance to create a huge movement. And I'm saying, don't you see that there's something about what's happening since Miami?
Yes.
There's a switch, and here's why. When JR talks about getting ahead of the trend, paradigm shift, when something becomes an obviously better way to do something, slowly what happens is everyone starts doing it. And it's a trickle effect. It's why Apple did what they did. It's why it's why you don't use Yellow Pages when you need some information. Someone goes, there's a better way, Google it. And you go, whoa, and everyone does it. And there will be one day when people go, we gotta shop. Remember when we didn't have shop.com? And they go, no, I don't. Because everyone will be doing it.
To shop through a system that eliminates you, excludes you from the profit, than shopping through yourself that pays you to shop. I mean, to me, that's stupid. It just makes common sense that everybody should want to convert their spending into earnings.
They should, and you said something important there, Ryan. There is a shift going on right now, and those of you standing here right now, taking the time out during the lunch break to listen to this stuff, it means you're serious. And the big concern for most people out there today, and I know you'll agree with me on this, everyone wants to fit in, and they want to follow the herd. And the herd's going off the cliff right now. So what I tell people when I meet with them is, why don't we become the herd? Going the other direction, the right direction of financial freedom instead of off the cliff on that 45-year plan. Who's with us?
And I want to say this right now. Elizabeth, you just gave me a new quote. So we are going to make an agreement to go from exclusion to inclusion. So that's the power of this. Because see, why shop on Amazon.com or wherever when they have excluded you from paying you? Right. But with the inclusion, I am now getting IBV checks. Right. So we have literally watched a shopping annuity take us from exclusion to inclusion.
I love it. A new Bishop Jordan quote has been born right before your very eyes. I'm certain you'll hear that on stage tomorrow.
I just want to also add to that, you guys have to make the decision to include yourselves.
Right.
It's really, really important. The problem, sometimes you're talking to your people and they're all worried about saving $3 on something because they couldn't find it. So you want to save $3 and stay poor, or do you want to transfer your spending to yourself and make a 6-figure income?
It's so true. I hear people say, well, Amazon or eBay or whatever. None of those people will pay you a residual income. When somebody buys something from Amazon, Amazon is the only person that gets paid. Right. Here, we all get paid, and we create a huge buying power.
But what's so beautiful about this business, did y'all see this thing about the light bulbs today? Yeah. We're going to change out. Imagine every sanctuary that's an MPO change out their light bulbs.
There you go.
The light bulbs alone, what they're going to be saving those light bulbs last for about 10 years. I'm going into people's home doing HBPs, and the first thing I'm going to do is look up in their ceilings.
Well, you know, a lot of people say to me, they say, well, you know, when I got started, I don't buy into that because I came in for health and nutrition, or I came in for this, or whatever. But you know, we didn't have it then. So we have to be open-minded to welcome new ideas and to walk it with what we're doing. Go with the current, go with the flow. We're moving.
You want to
We're
be
making
rich?
steps for you.
No, Pam, you know what, Pam? That's very interesting what she just said. I hope you heard what she said. They didn't do it that way because they didn't have it. When we were recently with JR talking about this, putting these ambassadors together, he got so frustrated sometimes with some of the people that were making money. Not because that, you know, that they can do whatever they want, but he goes, you know, they would say, well, that's not the way we built it. He goes, that's not the way we built it because we didn't have it. We didn't have shop.com. We didn't have online shopping. Now we do. The vision was always to be able to buy everything from yourself, not just one or two products, not just a 50, 100, or 150 BD transfer. That's what drove us crazy last year, Elizabeth, didn't it? It was
Absolutely.
everything. Now we have it. So when he said, when you and Tony finally got on board, came and joined us as ambassadors, Jay was like a little kid.
And you know, it makes the business simple. Before we had university, shop.com, all the stuff. Well, it just put it all into one package, which is called the shopping annuity. So it really streamlines and simplifies the business.
And you realize
which I love.
today that one partner today was 10 other partners you needed in the past. And we
Yeah,
talk about
that's
that all the
huge.
time, that 1 equals 10, and every one of those people can move all of that income over without spending additional money, and that is an additional $1,500 a week faster. I can't even get over the profitability that this has now.
I mean, it's huge. And one person that tries all the products, you know, you don't sell anything you haven't tried yourself. You know, they learn about the products, they get results, and they keep ordering, and now they get more customers, they get more, you know, distributors on board because they're actually using the products they should have been using anyway.
You know what, Elizabeth? I hope you understood what she just said there, because what JR used to say, and when you guys were building a business with products and BD products, was the what's that way of selling was the best. Have your Snap and your isotonics out on the counter, and people, your friends would come over, you'd be mixing up, and they'd say, what's that? Now, and we're going to be going over this on Sunday at the boot camp. Now, the shopping annuity is the what's that for the business, because people are seeing it. We need to do 10 times more, but on social media, hashtag shopping annuity everything, because people are starting to ask, what's that? What is this thing? How are you guys getting paid to buy toilet paper?
And what do you say when someone says, what's that? When someone says, what's that?
The shopping annuity?
Yes.
I say, let me show you.
Perfect answer. What's that?
It's getting paid for everything that you need to live.
What's that?
It's converting your spending into earning. I can show you how to earn a 6-figure income.
I got to give you a little more info. See, I'm a little more on the anal side, so I need room.
No kidding.
But all you have to do is walk into your community and look at your brick and mortar stores. Are they disappearing? So are you going to stay with the old method or change and be included in getting paid with the new method?
Yep. And when you have a platform that economically connects everybody and you can shop online, man, we're going to change the world.
We are changing the world, and the beauty of it is, this is just the beginning. Right now, this weekend. This is just the beginning. JR said it to us over and over. This is the beginning of the company. This is the beginning of his vision. You couldn't be in a better place today. So right now, why don't we take a few questions? Does anyone have any questions out there about the shopping annuity or any concerns? Or who's got questions? No questions?
Who has questions? I mean,
Don't be shy.
so then I expect to see each and every one of you on stage since you don't have questions and you're experts, right? Great, all right. Don't be shy. Who has questions?
Oh, there's a
All right.
question.
Welcome to
Come
the
on
front.
up.
Welcome to the front. My name is Vanna White here. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Sherry Golding. I'm from New York, Pennsylvania. If you have someone that has say a particular major already, or they're a nurse or they're a makeup artist, do you still lead with the shopping annuity?
Are you asking me? Because I absolutely do. I lead with the...
I found that nurses and makeup artists don't buy anything else in their household.
You know, that's interesting, because I'm glad you asked that, because like I said earlier, my personal approach, and I can only speak for what I do, but we've gone from national to director in less than a year. So it clearly works for us. I show everyone I do, whether it's a doctor, a makeup artist, a salon owner, someone interested in weight loss, I show them all the shop.com shopping annuity first. Because no matter what they come in, if they come in as NutriMetrics, they're still going to have shop.com, aren't they? They still buy toilet paper, paper towels, garbage bags, dish soap, laundry detergent, shampoo, conditioner, tires for their car, jewelry, furniture, shoes, clothing.
Okay, JR said something at the president's reception last night that was really, really amazing. He said there's two sides of the coin. You got heads for the shopping annuity and tails for the university majors. And heads you win, tails you win. You get both, you really win. So it's really about everything.
Sherry, if I can introduce them through Isotonics or MA Capital, then I got a book to show them the shopping annuity. If I introduce them to the shopping annuity, I introduce them to everything.
But to elaborate on that a little more, what I found, the reason I do it the way I do it, is when I talk to health professionals, and that's funny because a lot of people are afraid to approach health professionals, but the more I've approached, what I've learned is they're just like everybody else. And when I talk to them, they find the shopping annuity more appealing than the NutriMetrics. Not that they don't like the products, they love our products, but they find the concept of the shopping annuity mesmerizing to them, and that's what's appealing.
Fantastic, fantastic. We have a few more questions here. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Skylar and I'm from South Carolina. How can a young kid like me start talking about shopping?
Did you hear her question? That's a great question. How can a young kid like Skylar start talking about the shopping annuity? Well, that comes from you guys, parents. We've got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old in our house, and everything that we do or everything that they need goes through our website. So football season just started, and we're getting ready for back to school shopping, and they're excited to see where they can get a better deal and get money back. We give them their cash back that they earn. Because if they're on board with us, we're going to reward them. That's better than an allowance, isn't it? And it gets them on board. It teaches them, by the way, we're teaching them delayed gratification and the importance of investing in yourself. We teach them that. It's important to wait. And then, oh, did you want to? Okay, go ahead.
No, I was saying, kids are like the best salespeople on the planet.
Yup.
Because when they're hanging out with like your neighbor friend and they have a little one, be like, oh, just go over there. And you know what they do all the time? They're like, why don't you get that on shop.com and get paid? Why don't you get that on shop.com and get paid? You got to talk to my mom.
Yeah.
And they'll hook you up.
Fantastic. Great question. We have another question here.
That is a great question. I just want to say one thing. She asked about how they learn about it. This is a family business. My 3 teenage boys are here with us at this convention. My 3 teenage boys are probably better shoppers on shop.com than most of you standing here right now. Not to put you down, but they shop through our site because they know in our household, like your household, everything has to be purchased through shop.com. And that's what this is about. Teach your children, get them involved in the business like you guys have. They're in your videos. They know, they understand it's their business. It's giving them the future. It affords them to buy the things that they want to get. This is all about including them.
Exactly. No, it is. It's family business.
Very good. We have another question here. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Marty from New York. My question is, what's the best approach for the partners that not around here and not doing shopping with annuities?
Like long distance partners?
Long distance and even that they're not here. So what's the best way to
Not at convention. They're not at convention.
Meet on!
Meet
Are they on Meet On? On Meet On? Because everything will be taped,
Yeah,
right?
we're streaming live, so you can check it out on Meet On.
the older one that not a computer savvy yet?
Oh, gotcha. You want to go home and just spread the word and really have a pouring.
She just hit it. We talked about it from stage today earlier. This is where there's been some disconnect too for people. You're here, you're committed, you're here getting the shopping, you understand it. Now you go home and you're trying to get your team excited. Maybe they watched it, maybe they didn't, but they don't have the same belief you do because they weren't here. This is where it's so important to do the corings. Somehow that got lost, and I'm very upset. It hasn't in our group, and I know it hasn't in yours. But again, you guys are doing the corings in your group. You're teaching the people where to go, where to get the best deals. You do videos. You're showing them what to do. You're holding their hand because this is a shifting of gears for most people. They've not done this before. But once they start doing it and you start posting it on your Facebook groups and they start being proud of every time they make a purchase, they feel proud that they just fed the team or helped the team, that's when you've hit pay dirt.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now I want to say thank you so much to the ambassadors. I mean, we are so lucky to have them here. Big round of applause, please. Thank you. Remember, we will all be at the shopping community breakout, but before you leave and before they leave, we're gonna take a group selfie because that's just what I do. So hang out where you are, and we're gonna take a nice selfie.
Yeah, and come by the booth throughout the weekend. We're gonna have people here. We're gonna be interviewing people, taking videos, and you can ask questions and stuff. We'll have a
Check
blast.
social media. We're posting out the schedule. We have Charles coming back, Ryan and Sarah coming back, Carl, everybody. So make sure you check the
I'm
schedule.
just gonna hang out here for the rest of the
I
week.
mean, yeah, that's what we do.
Once you can selfie. Sarah,
God bless. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to be here. You know. Unless you say, I can just go back.
Hey, Sarah Rose, how are you?
Let's get another picture. Let's get another one. Let's get another picture real quick. Got them on video real quick. I got you. Video? Are you in the skill one?
So he sponsored who here? They sponsored you? So, okay, so you sponsored now?
Well, none of us sponsored him. I sponsored first. We sponsored first and sponsored her. We work
Okay, so you sponsored the person that sponsored her. And so
she sponsored the first.
okay, so you're at the top of this. And where you? Okay, so if you sponsored, so you go to church.
We are. We all of us.
So then y'all would obviously put your NPO up under this flag. So this is going to be a minor for y'all.
Get out of here.
I'm telling y'all, this is crazy. Y'all gotta get it. I love my part. I'm speaking tomorrow, and we're gonna be talking about it.
Okay, we'll be there.
Okay. I got a church now.
You gotta be there. That's what I'm saying. And so if you got one church on your right leg, and imagine when that church comes in, you need light bulbs in the sanctuary. And the light bulbs are playing BB. So and what you're gonna be selling them savings. So you saw the light bulb thing this morning, right?
I like that. Oh, Tim was also.
I know.
So
Tim was.
How you doing, Cherry? How are you?
the top.
He came.
How many did you get?
6. Yeah. Incredible people leading people. It keeps getting better.